What's bracking, guys? Welcome to episode 4 of my FC Utrecht Cream Road. So we're going to get right into this episode with a match against Heerenveen here. Definitely want to grab a point at least away from home. Try to move up into the table. Of course, we've been a bit inconsistent, with our form so far. Looks like they have Tony Ciani, who actually is a midfielder in MLS for the Columbus Crew, playing CDM for them, who's actually had talks of possibly playing for the U.S. national team soon. He's had a bit of a rise in MLS so far, but you'll see coming back to our side when we playing that again, that 4-4-2 narrow diamond. Tommy is going to be playing for Breda States, who's going to be out for this. The first 2 games in this episode will be available off the bench in the third episode, as he did sprain an ankle, I believe it was. We see Tony Ciani is a great job moving up here from that CDM role. He's going to take a shot and just going to hit the post there. Nearly scored off that short post. We'll gladly take that, though. We're going to have a good overlap out wide. This cross is going to be sent in. It's going to fall right to Boymans of a very poor header, it looked like, from the Heerenveen defender there. So I will take it. A big gift of a goal, but either way, Boymans was in the right spot, finished that. So again, he's continuing his great form so far in this series here. Now you see them trying to come back, grab a goal to tie things up. You'll see some gorgeous play right here, really, from their side, just really tearing us apart. Tremendous movement. They're going to send a cross in here. It looks like ball's going to go in, and that is going to be called a penalty, I guess. But very interesting call, to say the least. So we'll see if it has any merit here on the replay. Of course, I've seen a lot more recently, it seems like, off of plays like this. I just not too sure about them. It's just like he casually runs into him while he's trying to go up for the header, but he could call it obstruction maybe, but it's always interesting on these. So they're going to step him, take the PK, and that is a perfect penalty kick right there. Could not do anything to stop it, but again, we did get a little bit lucky with that first goal, so I guess it's a bit of payback for that, essentially, for that mistake we were able to take advantage of from some very strange defending. But either way, we'll have to try to come back and grab a goal here. But you see late on into this half here, in the first half, they're going to come down the wing, and some great play down the wing, and look at this perfect cross, and just poor marking again. Looks like he basically floated away from the defender, was able to hit a perfect header essentially and score that goal. You can see it's really some great play. Need to defend a little bit tighter there on both the striker in the box and the winger out there, but you'll see we're going to try to come back here. Ayub does a great job winning the ball in the midfield. The ball's going to fall back to Tommy Orr, put the ball back on his left foot, send this cross into Boymans. He's going to toe poke it, and he just hits that chest wide there. Boymans again so close to grabbing a second in this matchup, grabbing the equalizer. That toe poke, was so close to going in. He's been in such great spots throughout this career mode so far, but you'll see a good strike at goal there from the Heerenveen player there. But again, we're going to have to try to come back here. Very poor pass that Boymans is going to be able to take advantage of. He's going to send the ball here to Gomez. Just going to be some gorgeous play. You'll see great just link-up play here to Boymans from Fuentes, and a great run, great turn, and a tremendous finish as well. This beautiful build-up play. I believe there's 4 or 5 guys linking up there for a tremendous result and grabbing the equalizer. Rubio Rubin grabbing a goal is great to see the youngster getting on the score sheet. Is really kind of one of the main reasons I started this career mode, to be honest. Being able to have a young striker such as him, who can definitely has the ability to grow, but also wanting to play in the Eredivisie also was a not very interesting proposition. But you'll see here getting beat again defensively. I have to say, I've had recommendations for defenders. I definitely think we need a central defender coming in. We were able to strengthen the midfield, but with Fuentes and Gomez, but we need a center back in the winter transfer window. Unfortunately, one of the guys who was recommended was Eiko Potter, but I'm not sure if we can be able to afford him. But he would be great for the side because he's good in the air, and you've been seeing we have been losing a lot of balls in the air, despite having some very strong players, but they aren't too amazing in the air. So hopefully we can find a guy who can really clear out those big chances on those crosses. So leave more suggestions in case I cannot afford Eiko Potter, but definitely I'm sure there are other options here. But we're going to get in this matchup now against Go Ahead Eagles. We definitely want to grab 3 points here, as they're pretty far down the table at the moment, I believe. But you see, trying to get this ball out after some big chances right away. As you can see, they really brought it to us early in the matchup. But of course, this is a team we need to be beating. But despite that, you can see them really really taking it to us. So we have to try to calm the storm, as that's a tremendous save right there to keep things level, as we're just going to have to come up big, try to calm the storm, and come back on the counter, or at least control the ball a little bit more. But you see, we're going to have a chance here with Ayoub late in the match, late into the first half. Ball's going to be sending on this cross to Boymans, and great save right there. Of course, a little bit more power on that. I think that's going to be a goal, but that did not happen, unfortunately. We're going to see here, great job from Gomez to Ayoub to Boymans. Going to cut back to his right foot, try to finesse this around. Tremendous save there from the keeper with his left leg. But we're going to try to keep the possession, come back here. Ayoub again has the ball, going to play the ball back out wide to Fuentes. Is going to find Tommy Orr here overlapping. He's going to send the cross in and to Ayoub. What a finish from Ayoub there in a tremendous spot, of course. I love this formation. It's so fluid, and we definitely are going to keep this formation going for now at least. But again, tremendous goal right there to grab the lead right now. Definitely want to hold on. Grabbing some more would be great, but unfortunately, not much else happened in this matchup. So we'll take the 1-0 win. We'd like maybe a bigger win here, but either way, 3 points is what matters most. But now we're going to get this matchup against NAC Breda here. Definitely another match that I think if we want to be a top 4 team, essentially, we should be beating them. So we'll see if we can grab those 3 points here, but it's going to be a pretty interesting matchup. I see the ball is going to fall back here very early, nearly a huge chance on that, basically almost a wide open goal essentially, but they did miss that. But you'll see them coming back, creating some big chances, and that's going to be a goal right there. Again, our defense has been pretty horrid at times. I like some of our players are decent, at least, in certain spots, because they have some good strength, and I think our left back and right backs are okay, but they're not the greatest as far as speed goes, I'd say. But huge deflection there to keep things out, but finally able to control the ball after what looks like it may have been disaster. So definitely do need to improve our defense, and I hope we can address that in the winter transfer window, if not in the next season. But see some great stuff from Ruben, just holding up play, trying to find a run. Finally, he gets Cesar Fuentes to find that space right there. He's going to do a great job controlling that. He's going to slot that in right there. Good job from the Chilean man. Of course, brought him over from the Chilean league, and I definitely highly recommend him if you're playing for a side in the Eredivisie, championship and the like. Of course, I've done a player growth test on him, but he's a tremendous player, so we're going to have to try to come back, grab another goal here. Great ball out wide, switching play to Fuentes again. He's going to do a good job right here sending this ball in, and apparently there was a penalty somewhere in that. I believe it may have been on the slide tackle on Fuentes, but we'll have to take a look at it again. We've had some strange penalties so far in this series, but we'll take it because we've had some bad luck, especially after scoring goals ourselves. I just don't see that as a penalty. But we'll take it. There was contact. It was fairly late, but the cross was already sent. But Boymans will step up and take this. Can he put this away to grab the lead? And he does. Great goal from Boymans. Again, he's been so amazing this series. His form has been tremendous, so hopefully he can keep things going as we try to push forward here. So we had the lead, but look at them. Just like in the previous, the first match of the episode, right after the goal, essentially, just that was a gorgeous pass. Another great cross. That space seems to always be available right there. It seems like that's kind of a dead zone for defenders, essentially, but that was a great ball. Look at that again, and the cross as well to tie things up. So I'd say that was just more amazing play rather than aids, but we'll take it here. We do get huge luck. It looks like they're on all-out attack right here. So Ruben is going to push down the wing. He's going to send the low cross. Can Boymans get to it? That's an easy tap in for Boymans. You can't make it that easy, NAC Breda, but either way, it looks like we're going to grab the win here. That's just interesting matches so far in this episode, I have to say, with the first matchup, and this one of course has been pretty wild, but very interesting game regardless. It definitely has shown our weaknesses defensively, and it's obviously something we need to address, guys. We see 12 goals already from Boymans so far this season. Tremendous stuff from him, and we have to really want to keep things going with him for this side. But as you can see, now we're in 5th place. Tremendous spot for us here, as you can see, behind Vitesse, PSV and Feyenoord, but it's going to be some interesting matches so far, of course. It's been a great series. I've really enjoyed this, guys, so excited to keep it going. I really would love to get some European football next season, whether it be Champions League or Europa League. But with that, I was talking about Vitesse Vitesse is going to be right in front of us. They are right in front of us, and we do have a match against them coming up, so it'll be interesting to see how that plays into the league. Essentially, could be a big one for us as we move forward in this career mode here, guys. But thanks for tuning in, guys. I've really enjoyed this episode, as I mentioned many times before, and this career mode in general. But thanks, guys. I'll be signing out now, and I'll catch you guys later.